Happy Motivational Monday. Well, if you're just joining me, you don't know who I am. I'm on your Facebook. You probably do know me at least a little bit. My name's Craig. I also go by the Natural Medic. I just wanted to take this time to talk about my 2020 experience and things that went well, things that didn't go so well, and how I'm going to foresee the next year of 2021 coming along. I think a lot of people that went into 2020, they went in with good expectations, but we really didn't know what was waiting for us. So it was kind of an interesting ride. It's almost over. This is the last full week of 2020. So I kind of wanted to talk about where I've been, how my year went. I had some things that went well, things that didn't go so well, and some things that will happen in the future that should go hopefully better. Anyway, if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to comment and tell me if you're watching this live or uh, watching this on a replay. Just hashtag live or hashtag replay, and feel free to comment. I can interact with your comments as we go along here. But I've got kind of a list here of how my year went, and on the back, how I'm going to do better, or what I've got down in my mind to do better for next year. So let's talk about 2020. 2020 started off, I was working part time as an adjunct instructor up at Northeast Texas Community College, which is in Mount Pleasant, Texas. It's this institution or facility that I've received my EMS education. I've been a paramedic now for, gosh, seven years. Been in EMS for 8 years. Got my EMT in 2013. Got my paramedic the following year, 2014. Kind of got in the game late, but anyway, I was invited to come back and visit or entertain the idea in 2017 to work with NTCC staff to kind of help them with the EMS program there, the EMT and paramedic program. And I was there part time for almost 3 years. And I just kind of started thinking and talked to the director at the time, and it really wasn't serving me very well. I was limited to 20 hours a week. I was making a pretty good hourly wage, and I enjoyed the work, but this wasn't really serving me. So I decided I was going to quit that, and I was going to move back to Nacogdoches, Texas, which is where I went for my bachelor's degree at Stephen F. Austin State University. Way back in the 90s. I'm aging myself right now. And anyway, so I quit NTCC in I guess early January of this year, and did not return. I went on a ski trip with some friends to Colorado in February of this year. Had a pretty good time. There were some issues with that, which we're not going to really go into. It's over and done with. And then I moved to Nacogdoches after I got back from that ski trip. So, and that was good at first. Since my dad passed away in 2017, I've been staying with my mom, kind of helping her around the house here. Um, Trying to be a good son to her and help her and so forth. And but here in where I live in good old Jefferson, um, just wasn't a lot going on. So I thought I could go back to Nacogdoches, where I had some really good times as a college student back in the '90s, and I don't know. I wasn't thinking I was going to relive those days, but I was thinking things might go pretty cool. I moved down there as a part-time entrepreneur on the e-commerce. I was like, oh, I can drive Lyft. I can do this. I can, so many things I was thinking I could do. None of that really worked out. Um, I got a job, commission-only sales job. Never been in sales, like live sales, outside sales in my life. Working for Aflac, and I'm not going to dog Aflac or get some water. I'm not going to dog Aflac or anything like that, but got my insurance license. It wasn't that difficult to get. Pretty easy license to obtain. In March of this year, once I completed my onboarding, I did my training and was released the day that they were starting to do restrictions on the United States for COVID. So, needless to say, it didn't go very well for me being an Aflac sales rep. I'm not going to blame it totally on COVID. I'm not going to blame it totally on myself. I'm not going to blame it totally on the business owners. I think it was a combination of all of those things made me, I don't know, not very good in that as an Aflac person. So, um, that was that. I gave Aflac a good shot. I worked there for about 7 months, commission only, turned 2 accounts, and just didn't wasn't going to pay the bills, and it just couldn't. I couldn't make it work for whatever reason. I won't go that more into depth with that, but anyway, um, so I pretty much had to tell my district manager in down there in that area in Lufkin that I could not work for Aflac anymore. And I tried to make it work with some other things, applied for some other jobs in Nacogdoches, and it wasn't happening. With COVID going on and no college students, the town pretty much was dead. So I left Nacogdoches and came back to Jefferson, back in here with my mom on Labor Day weekend of this year. And immediately I took all my eBay stuff that I had on there. I had made in a year, I think on eBay, I had made like maybe right at $1,000 gross sales. So I started watching some YouTube videos, and I revamped my entire eBay store. Let's put it that way. And what that did is that immediately changed the way that I do business on eBay. Amazon, since COVID happened, they were restricting a lot of the stuff on Amazon. If you don't know how Amazon necessarily works, a majority of your Amazon sales come from third-party sellers like myself. I started off on Amazon it's been about, in June it'll be 2 years I've been selling on Amazon. My first product was a total bomb. My second product was better, but they have restricted all of this input into the system, and because of that, the product that I had for my second product, which I believe I have over here, I'll show you. It's this product right here. This is what we call a stash box, and I'll put a link to the product in the. This is what it looks like inside, and it's exactly what you think it is. It actually is a box for people that like to use the green leafy substance. It's got a grinder. It's got a lock. It's got a stash jar to put stuff in, storage area, and a little rolling tray. So it's designed exactly like you think, for exactly what you think. And during that first part of the pandemic, it sold very well, but the problem was I could not get it restocked. And it took forever for somebody to get it back, for me able to restock that and rebuild that. So, but I did finally get that, but I had to store a large percentage of it, about 80% of it, in my own storage facility here in Jefferson, and that, wow. Anyway, so right now I've got like 700 something boxes um, at my storage facility here in town, and then I have that as of right now, as of 8:17 a.m. on the 12/21, I have about 100 at Amazon. And Amazon right now is limiting you on how many items you can stick in. You can put as many items as you want, as long as you're approved for the item for FBA, but you have to, or you are limited on how many you can put in. Right now, most items you're limited to about 200 units. So that kind of sucks, because this was a good selling product. I sold most of them out by June of this year. They took off really well in April, and I was pretty much sold out. Had a few hanging on, maybe a couple dozen left in June, and kind of hung on to that until I could get restocked, which didn't happen until October of this year. So yeah, that's been kind of an issue. But since I've been back in Jefferson, I've revamped my eBay store completely. I'm still on Amazon. I've also expanded to Mercari. I'm on Poshmark. I'm on Depop. I'm on Grailed, Facebook Marketplace, and all of these places have been, interesting to sell on. Selling different things. I'm not just selling stash box. I'm selling all kinds of things. But overall, my eBay store has been the most successful this last, we'll say 90 days. So this fourth quarter, which started on October the 1st of 2020, I have made, just in gross sales, I have made just over, well, yeah, right about $6,600 on eBay. So that's pretty good. And then recently, another thing that happened to me is I've been off the ambulance, working for, let's see, 2.5 years. March of 2018 is when I left my previous service, and if I didn't have enough to do already, I went ahead and went back to the ambulance, and I'm actually working over in Louisiana, which is not that far from where I am in Texas, and I'm working for a really really interesting service. It's a small hospital EMS based service, and I've only had 2 shifts there so far, but I love it. I love it. I really do. I needed to do something part time to get out of the house. I needed to do something to keep my skills up. I'm not going to be able to do paramedic, forever. So I figured, why not do it now? And so I'm back on the ambulance. Probably be released for that sometime in early 2021. I'm thinking probably mid January or so. That kind of sums up my year that I've had so far. So I'll try to wrap this up. I'm talking a lot about myself here, but I know all of us have had our different successes, different struggles that have gone on throughout 2020. And I just want to say it's okay. It's okay that you have those struggles. I have a plan. I know people like to do this time of year. They start to think about New Year's resolutions, and I I don't really try to do New Year's resolutions because just like everybody else, you set them, right before the year turns over, and then by by the time that you get them done, you are not doing very well about keeping up your New Year's resolutions. But what I'm planning on doing myself for 2021 involves a few things. I've got a little list here. I'm going to go through those real quick, and then I'm going to wrap up the video for the day. I do appreciate everybody watching. And if you like what I'm doing on YouTube and so forth, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this on Facebook, like I said, leave a comment. Let me know if you're watching this live or if you're watching this on the replay. I surely appreciate everybody watching. And the main things I have kind of done my self-assessment on that I'm going to try to improve on are this short list here. The first thing on the list is time management. Of all the things that we can control, we can control, what we do, because there's so many opportunities out there today. If you want to do something with some limitations, I mean, I'm 45 years old. It's probably too late for me to be an astronaut, and I really don't want to spend another, if I could even get into medical school, I wouldn't want to be a doctor necessarily or a lawyer. That's going to take a lot more schooling than I'm really wanting to do right now. But pretty much everything else, if I wanted to do it, I still have plenty of time for me to go to school and learn. And the same thing with most of you probably watching this. There's a lot of opportunities to learn things, to do things new, to improve your career, revamp your career, whatever. But one thing we cannot really control is time. Everybody has the same amount of time every week, 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, 365 days every year, except for on the every fourth year we have an extra day for leap year. And so we can't really control that. But what we can do is we can be better managers of our time. We have a lot of time that we are plugged into our phones, our social media, so forth, and that's all well and good. I mean, you're watching this on some kind of social media platform, YouTube or Facebook right now. But I think, speaking just for myself, I need to be better about my time management. I try to write lists every day that kind of have a task list for me. But sometimes I get everything accomplished on there. Sometimes I have to push it off to the next day. But I'm gonna try to do better about my time management. I have been pretty good since I've been back in Jefferson about exercising, except for this last couple of weeks here. I started my new job, and I'm trying to figure out the dynamics of all of that, when I'm going to be working and so forth. But I'm trying to exercise. I'm trying to incorporate more wellness in my life, and also that involves eating better. And so all three of those things kind of go hand in hand. Exercise, wellness, and eating better. I think all of those contribute to making you feel better. We don't know how long this pandemic is going to go on. It's going to change a lot of things that are going on in our daily lives. It's going to change a lot of things that we have to do, just like 9/11 did. 9/11 changed a whole lot of things in our country, and the COVID crisis, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, has changed a lot of things too. And as I said before, though, whatever you can do to help yourself be better, though, that we can control ourselves. We can choose to exercise, whether it's just walking, lifting weights, doing some cardio, something. We always, have that opportunity to do that. We have the opportunity to eat better. That's difficult sometimes when you're on the ambulance, like me. I'm not on the ambulance. I'm not going to be on the ambulance like I used to be. I put on about 25 pounds working on the ambulance, but it happens. But anyway, um, we can make positive choices to exercise and take care of our bodies, to eat better, and incorporate wellness. And wellness can be, a variety of things. It could be spiritual beliefs. It could be meditation. It could be, how you communicate with other people. You know, I know sometimes people that know me, in real life, my mom in particular, might say I'm a little bit harsh with some of my words and my actions, and quick to jump to things. And I'm trying to work on that. It's a work in progress. But one of the things I have been doing, I use an app called Headspace. Been using that probably since about April. A friend of mine in Nacogdoches told me about that. It's a meditation app, a wellness app, and I didn't think I would be saying this in 2020, but it really has changed me in a lot of positive ways. There are all kinds of apps out there that help you with meditation, or just having more mindfulness or wellness in your life. Um, whatever your spiritual beliefs are, if you're a Christian, maybe you need to read devotionals every day, or the Bible, or whatever your holy book and is in your particular faith. So, you know, all of that stuff contributes to having a healthy outlook into what we're going into for 2021. We don't know what we're going into in 2021. We don't know how things are going to end up. We see how 2020 ended up. It's been kind of a very interesting year. Um, but my plan is to continue to try to be a better time manager, to exercise, to create wellness in my life by that exercise and eating better, and continuing to learn how to meditate, and how my spiritual beliefs um, can help me to be a better person. Um, I mean, it's hard enough in this day and age in the U.S. to, with everything going on, to be the best that you can be, and that's what I want to try to do. I want to be better. I want to be a better me. So anyway, but I'm going to continue to talk about as we go through 2021. I'll be doing some more videos probably before the end of the year. I've got some that are in the bin, so to speak, that um, I did here in Jefferson, and when I went on some trips recently to visit some friends in other places, and those are still in the works. I just haven't got them done yet. I hope to get some progress on that done this week and get those up hopefully by the end of the week, or at least by the end of the year. So look for some more videos. If you like what I'm doing here, please like and subscribe on YouTube. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to do things that help people. I'm going to continue to talk about diversifying my income. I think if one thing we've learned for sure, all of us, in 2020, that we need to diversify ourselves as far as our earnings. And I'm going to talk more about that, ways to make, I'm not going to say easy money, because it's not easy. It's still work. I put in, hundreds of hours, probably approaching the thousands of hours, getting my eBay store rebuilt um, since September of this year. And anyway, I hope that what I've said today has helped you motivate yourself, and continue to watch for more content from me. And have a good week. I will be available on Wild Wednesday, of course. Um, Still planning on doing that, and I should see you then. Take care, y'all. Bye.